Elected on an anti-corruption ticket, Park Geun-hye's pledge to clean up South Korean politics has gone disastrously wrong. Hundreds of thousands are calling for her resignation in loud protests. Park has become yet another presidential face of what one of her predecessors called the Korean disease. Park is accused of sharing classified documents with a confidant who was not part of government, but who was part of a cult-like religion. Jason Schill is in custody, charged with fraud and abuse of power, accused of coercing millions of dollars from big conglomerates like Samsung for her foundations or personal use. She's apologised and denied the charges against her.
One problem with corruption in South Korea is that it does have its roots in the very same reasons why it's such an economic miracle. That is the cooperation, which is also collusion, between the government and big business.
Not including Park, there have been 6 presidents since South Korea officially became a democracy in 1987. Every single one of them has been linked to corruption, either directly or through immediate family. 2 spent time behind bars. 1, Roh Moo-hyun, committed suicide in the middle of an investigation into corruption.
Politics and the business groups linked and created all this corruption and also shaken the entire country from the fundamentals. So we are very ashamed and we are very much worried about it.
Park's father, Park Chun-hee, ruled South Korea with an iron fist in the 60s and 70s. Some saw him as an economic saviour. Others saw him as a dictator who trampled on human rights. Residents who once supported the daughter now fear they have voted in a ghost of the father. This protester tells me this sort of thing happened with her father 40 years ago, but times have changed. The public will not put up with this anymore.
President Park has apologised twice since this scandal broke. She's even effectively offered to give up some of her power to Parliament. But so far it's simply not enough. These protesters are not interested. The only speech they want to hear is her resignation speech. Paula Hancock's CNN Seoul.
First thought was shock. Even though I'm an American in Asia, I think a lot of Asians felt the same.
We don't know how Mr. Trump would handle the North Korean nuclear issues. It is the #1 threat to our country.
For me, of course, also surprise and some worries because of his remarks during the election campaign.
What do you think the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un would feel about this? Is this good for him?
When Trump said during his campaign that there is the possibility of U.S. troop withdrawal from South Korea, North Korean media said that he's wise man, Trump wise.
He's given very mixed signals about Kim Jong-un. Actually, he's spoken probably more respectfully about Kim Jong-un than any public official in the United States or public personality in the United States so far, but then he's also been very harsh and biting and insulting. So which way is he going to talk about Kim Jong-un if he does? They're going to be listening very closely for that.
Kim Jong-un is, I think, trying to be very cautious, and do not want to move first, because he knows the temper and characteristic of Mr. Trump. That could be a little similar to them. That means they both could be very unpredictable and dangerous.
If you were a Trump advisor, I mean, what's the one piece of advice that you would give to President-elect Donald Trump looking at Korea, knowing what you know about North and South Korea?
Someone else start. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I would volunteer. I think that Mr. Trump should play hardball. I think that he should ask a review or consideration of the military options, including preemptive strikes.
North Korea is always there. And again and again, they proved that they cannot be trusted. So we don't need to be changed.
A president needs to take this really seriously and read the binder and meet and benefit from expertise. That's the first point. But the second point is he should put down that binder and look at the problem in very different ways. And I do think he is equipped uniquely to look at this problem with fresh eyes